Hey, let's see if we can't set you up an Incogniton browser profile with a new proxy. All right, so before we go setting up the profile, we're going to purchase a new proxy. Now there are a lot of websites we can get proxies from. I have listed them on Discord, on my forum, but for this example, we're going to use Old Faithful Proxy Cheap. I say Old Faithful because I use this website in all the YouTube demos. They don't have the best proxies, but that's a whole different thing. We'll show you how to set up the Incogniton browser profile, and I'll show you how to check the proxy quality, etc. Right? So first of all, we're going to go and order the proxy. Now what you're looking for is a static residential proxy. Why do you want a static residential proxy? Because if you're setting up an Incogniton browser profile, then that would mean you're using a computer. And what do computers do? They don't move. So therefore you don't want a rotating residential proxy. You want a static residential proxy because static means stay still and residential means house. So you want a proxy that makes it look like it's coming from a house that's standing still, which is exactly what your computer's doing, right? So we've got static residential. Now the other ones are data center, but they are shared. So they pretty much just dish out a whole lot of IP addresses. People use them willy-nilly. You can't use them for websites. They get flagged straight away. Mobile, they will work. They are the best kind of proxies to use, but as you can see, they're really expensive. So unless you're planning on using them for dating apps, which is a whole different thing in itself, which I don't use, I use iPhones, but I'm just saying that's the only reason you would use a mobile proxy is if you're planning on, creating dating apps. And yeah, so that's the basic. Yeah, look, it's a little more complicated than that. Point is you want static residential, all right? So we're going to go and select that. Now, standard on this website, standard means the proxy is going to be dog shit. You'll run it through a website like Scamalytics. It's going to pop up like high risk, but look, it's just for the example. So we'll go and do standard proxy. Premium proxy means it should, as it says, never been used as a proxy on our platform. So therefore you would assume that purchasing a premium proxy will mean it will have a zero fraud rating, which means you can use it with any website. Now the dog shit proxies, I used to use them with OnlyFans, with Reddit, no issue. So you should be fine. But I'm not sure what you're using it for, and I'm just showing you how to set up the Incogniton browser, right? So we'll purchase a standard proxy, IP version, IP4, country, select any country. Now, depending on what country you select will depend on the quality of proxies. I will give a word of warning though. If you select a country that's, not a Western country, and then you go to use that proxy with a social media platform, and the proxy is dog shit, it's going to get flagged like no tomorrow because A, it's not from a Western country, and B, because the proxy is registering as fraudulent. So, word of warning, don't do that. All right, so we'll just go ahead and go United States because why not? Now there's a bunch of different service providers that will change depending on the country, obviously. Look, we'll just go Comcast. Quantity, you just want one. Time period, 1 month. Now, if you're using this, for example, for a OnlyFans account, yeah, you'll go 1 month and then it will renew at the end of every month. You don't want to go 12 months just yet because you kind of want to see what happens, right? So we'll go 1 month, and then what's going to happen here is it's going to auto extend. So you leave that selected if you're planning on using this proxy for a while for a Reddit account, for an OnlyFans account, whatever. But this is just a demo, so I do not want to auto extend that. And then we'll go ahead and select next. Now, after you select next, you can choose how to pay. I have a balance here because I use this pretty much just for YouTube demos now. Now, the protocol here, you don't want it to be HTTP, but we can select that after we go to checkout, all right? So we'll go to checkout, and then boom, it's going to say successful, close. Now, where's the proxy at? Where is it? It must be the top one. Now, the connection, we don't want HTTP, so we're going to go down here and go ahead and change. You want SOCKS 5. SOCKS 5, boom. There you go, SOCKS 5. All right, now we have our proxy all as well. Let me show you what I mean by dogshit proxy, shall we? So we'll go ahead and copy that. We'll enter it into this website here, Scamalytics. Now check this out. It's going to blow your socks off, all right? So, woo, to be fair, it's not as bad as they normally are. Medium risk is all right. Now, medium risk is still going to get flagged on like 9 out of 10 websites. But as I said, you could get away with using it for OnlyFans or for Reddit. So anyway, I was expecting it to be in the red, so they normally are. So now we're going to set up the Incogniton profile, all right? So you've got the proxy there. Now we'll go ahead and go new profile. You can name it whatever you want. Say it's for Linda's OnlyFans. Good enough. Now, I tend to get off topic in this YouTube video because I tend to try and give fucking a lot of value because I can't help myself. So I'll continue to do that. So now here we are naming it Linda's OnlyFans. Say you're setting up a presence for Linda. You're going to be setting up Reddit accounts, other social media accounts. What you'll do is you'll add a group. So you'll add a group called Linda, and then you'll add the browser profile, Linda's OnlyFans, to that group. Now what this will mean is that when you eventually have a shitload of browsers running in your Incogniton profile, it's going to get a little messy. So if you group them, then it's easy to determine who's for what, what's for who. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's off topic. Now we'll go add proxy. Whoa, without proxy? No, SOCKS 5. Proxy IP port. Now this is pretty straightforward. You can simply just copy that. See, proxy IP port, boom. Simply just copy that and paste it right in there. And then you'll do the same for the username and the password. Then we'll go boom, password. Where is it? Boom, paste that, and then done. Check proxy. It's going to make sure it's all legit, and then it's going to go, you're good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and create the profile. Now it's just checking the proxy. Boom, connected. All right, all right, all right. Create profile. Boom, Linda's OnlyFans. Now see this group here, that would be called Linda's. So that means if you create a whole presence for this Linda, as I was saying, like Reddit accounts, social media, blah, 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 then each browser profile will be in the group called Linda. And then you can search groups, search tags, blah, 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 which is extra handy when you start eventually recruiting VAs and that, because you can just say, hey, you're working on Linda's profile, and then go, who's Linda? It's the one in the group, all right? So I don't even know if that makes sense. Now we'll just boot up to show you that it's legit. And then we're going to run it through Scamalytics to show that websites actually think it's coming from the US, which is where Scamalytics thinks it's coming from. So yes, there's the medium risk, and it will say region, Virginia, United States, blah, 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 because it's a US proxy, all right? Now I'll boot up this Incogniton browser profile and I'll show you that it works the same way. And then I'll just quickly go to OnlyFans, show you it's all good, because yeah, it's a dog shit proxy, but you can still use it for websites like OnlyFans and Reddit. Now this is taking a long time, so I'll just quickly skip to it. Boom, we're in. All right, so we're in the Incogniton browser. Exit that. Now I'll just go to OnlyFans. Oh no, that's right, we're going to Scamalytics as well. Scamalytics, boom. Here we go. So as you can see, no problemo. You can open up OnlyFans and then it will go to Scamalytics. Now it's going to say IP address found. We just scroll down. There it is. Check IP. Boom. Medium risk. It's going to say Virginia. There we go. See? Now the cool thing about this is I will assume you are new. So if you don't already know this, whatever you open up inside the Incogniton browser profile, so here we have OnlyFans, you can just leave it open. So what you can do is you can log in to the OnlyFans account, and then when you're done, you can just exit. Don't log out, don't close the tab, just exit. And then what that will do is that when you go to boot up this Incogniton browser profile again, it will already have OnlyFans open and it would already be logged in. So this is especially useful if you're using a VA to run the account, you know, to schedule whatever. You don't need to give them the login details. You can just say, here's the browser profile you're using, and when they open it, OnlyFans will already be there. And that's it. I won't keep this going any longer than it has to. Now, different websites are going to work in different ways, but you pretty much do the same thing. Just make sure you purchase a static residential proxy, run it through Scamalytics to check the quality of it, and then depending on the quality is what you can use it for. And as I was saying earlier, you want static residential unless you're doing it for dating apps, which I don't do. I don't use proxies for dating apps, so I'm just saying that's the only reason you'll use a mobile proxy. You're not going to use data center, and you're never ever going to use rotating residential. All right, and that's it. So if you like the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and join me inside of my Discord, and there's a lot more fucking value where that came from. So I'll see you on another video.